In today's world, there are a lot of reasons why we should be able to communicate in certain ways, have ways we communicate with people, how to live, and etc. That is why today we are going to be discussing why having a code is essential.
Yeah.
When we say having a code, what do you understand by it?
So a code is basically principles, things you put in place to make sure that you do the things you need to do. So an example. Okay, now I'm not going to give
Okay,
an
wait.
example.
Can you repeat the definition again?
A code is basically principles, values
Hmm.
that you put in place to make sure that you do the right thing or do the things you need to do without going
So
astray from it.
so basically having disciplinary actions
Yes,
or
being disciplined.
disciplinary
Yes.
morals.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Go on.
Okay, so that's it.
Wow. Okay. Why do you think we should be able to have codes? And when you
Okay.
say codes, give me in the way we speak, in just the way we speak, or the way we
No.
act as well.
To have a code means your entire life. It's not about talking. I will not say it's mainly about talking. You can have a code for the way you speak. That's normal. But then when we are talking about having a code, it's the things you do. Mostly
So
is in
how you
your
behave.
actions. Your entire behavior from your language, from your language as in speaking, your body language, and the way you actually interact with people. That's having a code. So it covers everything you do about yourself, your behavior, your characters, your work ethics, every single thing about your
Okay,
being
so why do
is
we need
having
to
a
have
code.
codes?
So first off, you need to have a code to be disciplined. When I say to be disciplined, do the things you need to do to become who you need to become. That's the first reason why you should have a code. Secondly, to make sure that you don't go astray or you don't cross the line. So let me give an example.
Yeah, I'm going to
Even
say.
even criminals, top high ranking criminals in their hierarchies and stuff, they have a code.
Wait, relax. So what are
Mhm.
some of the examples of codes that you think people should start putting up or should start considering?
That will come later in the video.
Okay,
I'll speak more on that later
okay,
in the video.
okay.
Okay. So where was I? I was with the
Yeah,
criminals.
the
Yeah.
example.
Even criminals, they have a code. If some criminals are caught in a place, maybe something goes missing, sorry, and they are caught. You wouldn't see some of them pointing fingers because one of the codes they have is, loyalty. So you have to be loyal to the end. If you are the one who is caught, keep quiet about it and suffer the punishment. That's one of their codes, and it's very, very
So
strict.
loyalty.
Yes,
Okay,
that's one of the codes.
okay.
Yeah. So in talking about code over here, basically you should put your mind towards things you need to do. Think about it. Moral values, principles you should live by. So basically, yes, any single thing you need to do, write it down, and then these things, make sure you follow them, and that is the whole idea of having a code. That's it. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Um, you know, my idea of codes, like when we think about this particular topic, what comes to my mind is about basically how one should behave and how one should respond.
Okay.
For example, let me use the same criminal example that I gave. For criminals or for gangs out there, gang members, they all have a way they speak,
Mhm.
not necessarily their tongue, like the way their tongue speaks, but then
With
how
their
do I
body
put it?
language.
Yes, maybe if one person is in trouble, they have a way they communicate that. If it's to do a sign with their fingers or a sign with their eyes or something, they have. So, would you call that a code?
Okay, that will fall under language code,
Okay,
and that's not really my main focus over here.
okay.
But then it's also part of it. So with language code, okay, let me not go into language code. There's something called the Bushido code. Yeah. And the Bushido code,
Bushido.
yeah,
Please spell it.
it's Bushido.
Okay.
So that's the Bushido code.
Bushido.
So it's more focused on samurai. So samurais from the 12th century to the 19th century. Is it 12th century? Yeah, from the 12th century to the 19th century. Okay, so now let me actually read what a Bushido code is. Okay. So the Bushido Code is a set of principles and values that guided the behavior of samurai warriors in Japan from the 12th to the 19th century. Okay. So the Bushido Code emphasizes on first off rectitude. So rectitude is adherence to moral principles and justice. So basically, that's the first principle in their code. So rectitude. So you have to be able to adhere to, your moral principles, and then you have to have a strong sense of justice.
Well, I'm picking something from this. It means
Okay.
that when you do not have a code, especially in most or multiple communities or gatherings,
Yeah.
you cannot join. You cannot be a member.
Yeah.
For example, if you don't have a code, you cannot be able to join.
Certain community, like
Yes,
the
like the
samurai
samurai.
community.
Okay,
Yes. And
okay.
then also, a code is, I would say, it's a law you are placing onto yourself, in a sense that, you see, if there's lawlessness in a community, you see how everything will just go to everything is going to go to flames. You know what I'm saying? So let's say right now there are no laws working where we are. People will easily be able to kill. People will easily be able to do any single thing they want to do. There'll be increase in social violence and all of this. But then with a code, it's focused more on yourself. You know what I'm saying?
So are people supposed to be aware of your codes?
It doesn't necessarily mean people should know that this is what you do and this is the kind of path you are willing
Okay,
to follow.
do you know what I like? Do you know what is in my head?
Okay.
Mine is that, you see, when you say code, all that is coming to mind is maybe like those who have gangs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they all have a way they communicate. Like I said earlier, they
Mm-hmm.
have a way to communicate. Maybe if this person is in trouble, they have a way they can say that this person is in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
If this person is a gang member, they have maybe like a password, not necessarily like a password, but then like they have something that proves that this person is a gang
Oh, now
member.
that's not what we are focusing on at all.
Okay.
We are focusing on, mainly what you're saying is kind of part for, everybody and
And you
their
see, with
interpretation.
this, with mine, not everyone knows about it. It's only those who are in the community, only those who are in that particular gang. Do you get it?
Is actually, that's not what I'm focusing on. I'm focusing more on principles. So the things you're supposed to live by. So secondly, it's courage on the Bushido code. So courage is, bravery and willingness to face danger. So this is mostly focused on samurais, but it can be implemented today. So with the samurais, if you are not courageous, if you are not willing to face danger in order to obtain what you need to obtain, you will not be accepted in, that samurai community. Thirdly is benevolence. So when we talk about benevolence, we are talking about compassion, kindness, and, generosity. Then fourthly, under the Bushido code is respect. Under respect, focus more on etiquette, politeness, respect for authority, and your manner, the way you behave. Under the next point under it is honesty. When they speak of honesty, you should be truthful, you should be trustworthy, and you should have integrity. You know what I'm saying? And then Sith is loyalty. So loyalty is basically one's devotion to maybe his master, his devotion to his God, devotion to God, devotion to family, and devotion to your community. And the last thing under the Bushido code is self-discipline. So under self-discipline, here comes self-control and, preservation, self-preservance, all of that kind of stuff. So basically identity and all of that kind of stuff. So the Bushido code right now, so basically it's focusing on your ethics. So your etiquette, the way your work ethics, your manners and all of those things. Do you actually get what I'm talking about right now? Yeah. And then also, yeah, under politeness, under kindness. So it's all about, as I said, it's the entirety of you, your entire nature as a human being. So first off was rectitude, adherence to moral values. Second one was courage. So your willingness to face danger. So your willingness to tackle problems that are actually affecting you. The next one was under the benevolence, which is your passion, your kindness, your compassion. So all of these things. So this is why you should have a code, because having all of these things, especially following the Bushido code, will help you to become first of a better human being. Will help you to get to where you need to get to, and will help you to really add value to yourself and then make people around you see you in a different way. Yeah. So do you get what I'm talking about right now?
Okay. So, okay. Okay. I think I'm understanding it.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically, so basically the etiquette, the disciplinary measures and moral values that you have.
Yeah.
So with so what I'm getting from what you all that you said right now is also that without these codes, you cannot also get opportunities to be in certain places.
Yes.
Like for example, the samurai like this.
Yeah.
If you do not have benevolence, loyalty, and all that, you
Mm-hmm.
cannot be a
They
samurai.
will not accept you. No.
So basically, it also forms you to be a disciplined person
Yes.
and be accepted
into the places you need to be
yes,
accepted.
giving you
Yes.
opportunities.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically there are behavioral patterns that you need to pick up
Yeah.
and
Very
add to
true.
your daily life.
Your daily life. So
Okay.
this is
So
why
it's
you
not
need a code.
okay.
Yes.
So it's not necessarily language
No,
code.
no, 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 no. Then we have
Oh, okay.
language code. Okay, now when you were speaking about
Mm.
language code is basically saying things. You see, having a code. Not everybody. The samurai code like this. Did you actually know about it until I told you?
But I knew that for some rights people like that, they had certain things
Some
they're supposed
discipline.
to,
Yeah. You
disciplinary
see,
measures they're supposed to
exactly.
do with.
So you can have a fair idea of what it is, like because from their behaviors, right?
Mm.
So okay, this person is very respectful, this person is very disciplined, this person is brave. But then all of that, it might seem like it's a natural something that they normally practice. But no, this is actually either
Things
you
they inculcate
yes,
into
they
their
inculcate
lives.
into their lives. So it makes them become who you see them as. Now,
Okay.
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now with the language code that you're saying, basically, let's pick a gang for an example.
Yeah.
So in gangs, there's this rule that no snitching.
Mm.
So no snitching will fall under loyalty. So loyalty to your gang, loyalty to your master, and what? So basically, under no snitching, even if you are caught, as I said before, even if you are caught and then there are gang members around, you're not going to say anything. Under the what's the name? Um the language code that you were like, okay, maybe they are using coded behaviors and everything.
Mm.
That would
Yeah.
fall under I'll put that under honesty because though it's honesty, it's also secrecy. You know what I'm saying? So only the gang members are going to understand it because they are part of that society. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So being part of that society, you are going to understand that language that you are talking about. So if I wink at you in a specific way, or even a normal nose grab, you understand, okay, I'm in trouble. So people around will not understand it, but that's all under language code. So basically, those who are in that group are the only people who understand it. But that's not what we are focusing on today. We are focusing on principles. What we are
Yeah.
focusing right now
Disciplinary
is
measures.
yes, the disciplinary
Okay.
measures to make sure that you don't do certain things or you don't cross a certain line.
Yeah. So there are two different things. One is principles, and
And
one
one
is
is
just
yes,
basically
language code.
focusing on just the
Yeah.
language. Okay.
So language
Okay.
code and then code like coding, like code as in principles for your life.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
then they all end up as
And
behavioral
yes, everything
patterns.
ends up as under a behavioral pattern.
Okay,
Yes.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I get it. So basically, in order to live life and get opportunities and be
The
in,
best version of yourself
yes,
and get to where you need to get to.
yeah,
You
you
need
need
code. Yeah,
codes.
you need a code.
Wow. Wow.
So you can
Wow.
sit down under the Bushido code,
Yeah.
you know?
From this, I can also say it's like, living in a community.
Yeah.
There are certain communities that there are certain acts that when you do, they are considered
Yes,
taboo. So you are kicked
yes. So
out.
you are kicked
So
out.
you're not
Exactly.
welcome.
So those are not part of the code of that society.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you're actually really
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
getting
Now
it.
I'm really, really
Okay.
getting
Yeah.
it. Okay, okay. That's
So the
nice.
reason why we said you need a code in a code is essential is because first off, it will make you different from other people.
Yeah.
While most people
It
are going
transforms
astray,
you.
it's transforming you, it's making you disciplined. It's
Mm.
putting you on the right path. You're not going to be wasting your life, wasting your time on unnecessary things.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Wow.
that's the main reason why you need a code. That's the main reason why you need a code.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've actually learned something from this. Okay, wow. Oh, because my idea, when you said code, my idea was not really deep into the behavioral
Behavioral.
patterns. It
Yeah.
was deep into the language side of it. But now I'm getting the idea of it. Like it's all okay, okay, okay. Well, I hope everyone out there also
Yeah.
understands this beautiful, how should I call it?
Explanation
Explanation and
on
all.
having a code.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. Why having a code is essential. It indeed is essential because it actually transforms you as well. It
Very
makes you a
true.
better person and live a better. It makes you live a better life as well. Yes, it makes you accepted into society. So we hope you guys really did enjoy this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Put down your comments in the comment section on your thoughts on this and what you captured. Like the video, share, comment, and
See you in the next video. Now
exactly
you see us in the next video.
both ways. Peace.